welcome to Sergeant Dorsey Speaks Special Edition. I want to just share a couple of things with you real quick. There's some breaking news going on that you may not be aware of. And while I was thinking initially about waiting until Thursday to talk about it, since I was coming on with my other special announcement, I'm just going to go ahead and bring you up to speed on what's going on, what's breaking news. And welcome to those of you that are joining me for the special edition of Sergeant Dorsey Speaks. I'm live at 5 p.m. on a Friday. And I don't usually get to see you guys on a Friday, so this is special. Share this on your timeline and tell a friend. Give me a moment while I do the same thing because, I know that my West Coast family hasn't made it home from work yet. So you guys will have to take a look at this a little later on when you finish with that LA commute and that traffic, right? I'm not going to be long. Just want to put this out there because I'm excited. I mentioned on my last broadcast with you guys that I was doing some different stuff and trying to expand my reach and asking you to help me, help us, right? Help get the word out. Okay, Edward, thank you for that. You said no sound. I realized I didn't have my my mic on. Can you hear me now? Is everything okay? Edward, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, you guys are telling me there's no sound. So that's not good. Is there sound now? I hate when and there's a bit of a delay, so I hate that you guys can't hear me. If you can hear me, give me some thumbs up because I think I'll see those right away. Waiting to hear if you can hear me. Let me know, let me know. Somebody type into the comments if you can hear me now. I've heard from a couple of you that there was no sound previously, so I'm hoping you can hear me now. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Somebody type in, I can hear you. Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. There's a bit of a delay, so wow. Ooh-wee. Thanks for that, because I didn't want to be talking on here for however long I'm going to be talking on here and come to find out that you guys didn't hear any of what I was saying. Cool. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. I had been playing with I'll just share this with you. I've been playing with my laptop before I came on because I'm trying to create Sergeant Dorsey Speaks TV. And with that, I have an introductory video clip that I am trying. And K-Rose, since you're here, thanks for switching and converting that file over for me. I'm trying to create a little intro for you guys. I think you'll like it once everything is said and done. I think because of that too, was because I was monkeying around with my setup and my controls and all of that you guys weren't able to hear me. But I'm glad that you can hear me now. And so let me just get right to it. Breaking news for those of you that don't know. We talked about this many, many times. Former Minneapolis, Minnesota officer, Mohammad Noor, has been sentenced to 12 years in prison for the shooting death of Justine Damon. Remember, Justine Damon was the Australian woman who had called the police for something that she thought she heard in the alley behind her home, and Mohammad Noor and his partner responded. Mohammad, being the passenger officer, was startled by something that allegedly Miss Damon did, tapped on the hood of the car or something, or didn't tap on the hood of the car. There's varying stories about what she did, but whatever it was, it scared the bejesus out of Mohammad. And so he fired from the passenger seat across the car and his partner out the window. And he struck this woman and killed her. So I certainly understand why he was convicted. I certainly believe that he deserved a penalty of some sort. Now, his attorney was requesting that maybe yearly, while he was on probation, is what they were kind of asking for, that he would come in and serve a week of community service, if you will, on Miss Justine's birth date and on the anniversary date of her death, to kind of keep it fresh in his mind what he had done and caused. Yeah, they were having none of that in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They sentenced Mohammad Noor to 12 and a half years in prison for the death. And the family has already settled. City is paying that family $20 million. I don't know how you put a price tag on a life. $20 million is a lot of money. I've talked to you before about some of the other settlements that have happened, and they weren't even close to 20 million, barely double digits. So, it's hard to not talk about the elephant in the room, race, right? Race. Did that have a part to play in this? Because listen, and there's another story that really is sticking in my craw that I'm going to talk to you guys about on my podcast on next week. I'm talking about that officer who resigned as a result of the Parkland shooting incident in Florida and what they are doing to him right now. Police departments will not hesitate to make someone a sacrificial lamb, a scapegoat. And I think every now and then again, they'll offer one of their own up to quiet the natives. And I think that's exactly what's going down here with Mohammad Noor. He certainly shouldn't be a police officer. There was evidence of that. There was certainly enough testimony regarding that during his trial. But 12 and a half years in prison? He's been in prison ever since he was convicted. And, they're keeping him in that special place where they keep, police officers and others who could be in jeopardy. But listen, you can get got in that special place, right? You can't ask him because he's not here, but Whitey Bulger, yeah, you can get got even in that special place. And 12 years is a long time for this officer to have to worry about his safety and look over his shoulder. He should have got something. He should have been sentenced to something. I just think 12 years was a little heavy-handed. And so, like I said, it's hard to ignore the elephant in the room. Black officer, white victim. We see on the reverse little or nothing happening. We've seen officers get probation, as in the case of the officer on the NYPD, Peter Liang, given probation for murdering Akai Gurley, right? Jason Van Dyke, 6 years for Laquan McDonald. And then this Black officer, Somalian descent, gets 12 and a half years. The family gets $20 million. Now, I understand that there's different departments and, different folks involved in these civil settlements and these sentences, but anyway, that happened today. And then also the other thing that is trending right now is cancel Linda Fairstein. It's working. It's working. She's already stepped down from several boards on which she served for various charities, a college, Vassar College. And now it's been reported that her publisher has given her the boot. The publisher is Dutton, and one of their spokespeople confirmed today that they have severed their relationship with Linda Fairstein, and evidently she kind of confirmed it in that when newspaper reporters and journalists contacted her for a comment, she had none other than to say that they agreed mutually to sever their relationship. So I'm sure there's probably still more juice to get out of her, right? We can squeeze just a little bit more, I think. So don't let up. Squeaky wheel gets the oil. I'm really happy about the engagement because I advocated all the time for people to get involved, get engaged, let your voices be heard. And so folks are listening. That publishing company, Dutton, they were inundated with telephone calls. And so I know that people were doing the same at Barnes and Noble and other places where her books are being sold. And you can certainly Google that information and find out titles to her books. I think she has about 10 of them. out and see where they're selling them and get on the phone. Um, get on the phone, get on the fax if you still do that. Go to Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else these people have a presence, and help them in their decision making. So, she had a good run, and she's not remorseful. She's not apologetic. She's really kind of doubling down. And I don't even know if you've seen this, but the victim from that situation is kind of lining herself up with the prosecutor. Really? Really, victim? Okay. Anyway, if you guys have something you want to comment about that, just join in and let your voice be heard here on my broadcast. Type to me, Edward, I see you saying that they need to reopen every case she worked on. And absolutely, because I said it a couple of days ago, in my opinion, everything this heifer touched is tainted. And therefore, there ought to be a whole lot of get out of jail free cards being disseminated right now. Cases need to be overturned. Cases need to be thrown out. Records need to be cleared. It's going to take some time. And my guess is that whomever steps forward and says that they want their record expunged, if you will, because of her, will probably be burdened with making that happen financially. And I don't even think that's right. So there's a lot more to be done, in my opinion. And I hope that the publisher dropping her is not the final straw. I hope that there's still more to come, because listen, these young men, these grown men are still living with whatever it was that they had to deal with during those 10, 12, 13 years that they were in prison. So she should not be able to just sashay away and go quietly into the good night. Now, on to a little bit of Sergeant Dorsey Speaks TV show news. I mentioned to you a couple of days ago that I was creating this campaign to increase my subscribers and viewers on all of my social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, my podcast, Facebook, and YouTube, of course. And so to that end, I now have a way that makes it very easy for you guys to tell your friends about me and to help me help you as we help us. Now you can text. Coming into this 21st century, I fought the good fight, and I'm giving in to technology. So you can text the word survive, and the number that you text it to is, it's new to me, so I've got to commit it to memory, 56832. You can text the word survive to 56832. And I am also going to, at some point in the very near future, set up mobile text alerts that will be informative. And for anyone who wants to sign up to get those mobile text alerts, I've included a link here for you that you can just click on and provide a number so that you will receive mobile text alerts with regards to Sergeant Dorsey Speaks and whatever may be going on that I'd like to share with you. I'm going to start doing some more giveaways. And let me just say this. Let me say thank you. On Wednesday, I asked you guys to slide over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I just thought, to show my appreciation, I would acknowledge at least the first 5 people that did that. And so if memory serves me correct, it was AJ, Linda, Phil, QL, and Michael. Thank you for being good soldiers, for doing exactly what I said, making everything all right. And now I need you guys, those of you who haven't had a chance to slide over to my YouTube, I need you to get on over there to YouTube, Sergeant Dorsey Speaks, hit subscribe, and take a couple of friends with you when you go, as I try to make this benchmark that I need to reach in order to get the next little perk that they have for me, to make that available to me. I thought it was 10,000. Somebody told me 20,000. So that's the goal. So I really, really need you to get to 20,000 if that's what it is. So again, going forward, text the word survive, SURVIVE. It is not case sensitive. And the number that you text survive to is 56832. So write that down, tell a friend. You'll be able to find some links once you do that. And then also, again, on this broadcast, there is a link for those of you. Hey, Monica in Ohio, there's a link for you to sign up to get mobile text alerts when I have some other things going on. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate the words of encouragement and kind words. I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to continue to do what I do, and I am going to continue to keep you informed, continue to educate you, continue to decipher police code talk so you'll know it when you hear it, and offer solutions and resolutions so that we can make things better. Because listen, if this docuseries, When They See Us, wasn't an eye-opener for you, I don't know how many more examples, how many more times we need to be reminded that we can no longer sit back and wait on the system to do right by us. We're going to have to demand it. And in some cases, we're going to have to get aggressive. We're going to have to, I say, get on police departments. Change comes from within. You're not going to change the police department laying across here in LA to Santa Monica Freeway. You need to be on that police department wherever it is that you live. You need to make sure you vote. There's an election coming up. You need to get on juries. There's not one thing that's going to fix this system. And then also, for those of you who always say, well, where are the good cops and why aren't they doing anything? Next time you have an opportunity to talk to a police chief, ask them what are they doing to create an environment that's conducive for whistleblowers. If police chiefs wanted officers, the good ones, to report on the bad ones and understand that every police chief was once a police officer, if they wanted that to happen for real, they would create an environment for that to happen. Thanks, James, for that question. I am texting in the comments right now what I need you to do. The word survive. Survive, SURVIVE. Text to 56832. 56832. Survive. Text 56832. And yeah. So so when you have an opportunity, ask a police chief, what are you doing, sir, to create an environment that will enhance the quality of life for those of us who have to deal with police, on sometimes a daily basis, depending on where you live, right? Police are stopping folks, harassing folks, and we see all too often police chiefs circling the wagons and minimizing and mitigating that bad behavior. So that makes me think that they really don't want to do anything about it. I think the system does what it was designed to do for all intents and purposes, and that's why we can't sit around and wait on them to treat us better, to make things right. We have to demand it. So help me, help you as we help us. Text survive to 56832. Tell a friend, and take one or two over to YouTube and subscribe for me. That's it for the special edition of Sergeant Dorsey Speaks. Be looking for Sergeant Dorsey Speaks TV coming soon. You guys be good, be safe. Have a great, great weekend. I'll talk to you next week.